Welcome to the webinar, Creating Your Author Website, a simple approach using the WordPress platform. Hi, my name is Joe Jacobson, founder of Words and Writers. I'll be your presenter for this webinar. Our mission at wordsandwriters.com is to help authors build their online marketing platform. And of course, that starts with a website. My goal for you in this webinar is to show you a simple method for creating a website, even if you have minimal technical skills. The website we will show you includes online marketing strategies to help you attract new readers and ultimately sell more books. So why do we even need an author website? Well, there's many reasons, and let's go through a few of the most important ones. To provide an online place to promote and sell your books, to allow you to write and publish blog posts that invite readers to get to know you and your material. Provide links back to your social media platforms. Include the technology provided by plugins, which we'll talk about later on in the webinar, that allow you to automatically share your blog posts to your social media platforms. Include blog subscription forms. Build an email list on autopilot. Show your live reviews from your author site on Amazon and Goodreads. Show live feeds from your social media networks like Twitter and Facebook. Provide share buttons at the end of blog posts so that the content you create can be shared easily throughout other people's social media networks. And possibly even do more advanced things that are for some writers, not for everybody perhaps, such as create membership and e-commerce sites. You can build your own website. Well, this may be a lot to think about if this is your first website, but don't let it scare you. There are tools available with a WordPress site that do most of the hard work for you. The key is to find a WordPress template designed specifically for authors, and also to let someone else take care of all the techie stuff that is needed to build and maintain your site. You don't need to build a website from scratch. Actually, you would need to be a programmer to build from scratch. What we're talking about in this webinar is using the tools available for the non-programmer to build a site. These tools are created by expert programmers and then made available to everyone else on the planet, either for free or for a very small fee. So just how are you going to accomplish this project? If you want to create a powerful website with minimal technical skills, you have to approach this project correctly from the beginning. And that means you need to know your options first by asking these questions of yourself. And here's 3 questions to consider. Number 1 is, do I have the time, interest, and skills to build it myself? Do I want to buy my own hosting, like you'd find at GoDaddy and many others, or have it hosted on someone else's platform for me? Number 3 is, do I want to spend time maintaining the self-hosted site, or have more free time to write? Let's break that first question down into 3 parts. Part A was, do I have the time to build it myself? Now be realistic about how much time it'll take to build it. You might hear out there that you can build a website in a couple of hours or an afternoon. Well, if this is your first site, does that sound likely? It depends on your skill level. For example, it might take you an hour just to write in your bio, and that doesn't include the time to actually add it into your website. And if you want to customize your theme, you might be in for many hours of trial and error. Now, if you're highly skilled with websites already, you may be able to accomplish all of this in an afternoon. If not, it might take you a weekend or several weeks. Part B of that question 1, do I have the interest to build it myself? Well, do you love to learn technical stuff? Is this the best use of your time and energy? Would it be better to use your time writing and editing your next book? Of course, there can be a compromise. You can have someone else build it for you, or most of it, and then you can learn just enough to do some simple functions on the site, like add new blog posts. Keep in mind that a WordPress website is a dynamic creation. It always needs maintenance, updates, and ideally new content. Part C of that first question, do I have the skills to build it myself? Here's some basic skills needed to build a WordPress website using a template in the way that we're talking about in this webinar. Pretty basic skills: how to work your keyboard, how to copy and paste, how to find files on your computer, basically just good file management, how to edit images on your computer, although you can do some editing right inside WordPress itself. You don't need to know programming or have prior experience with WordPress, hosting, or domain management. Question 2 was, do I want to buy my own hosting? And this one's very important. Or let someone else host my site. So for this question here, the self-hosted option, here's some of the things to think about. You are responsible for everything, including installing WordPress, installing the themes and plugins, configuring the plugins, and then customizing your theme the way you want it, keeping WordPress themes and plugins all updated. And that happens very frequently, sometimes on a weekly or monthly basis. Backing up your site in the case of a catastrophe. Actually, backing up your site should be done in any case, all the time. Maintaining security on your hosting server. And here's some things to think about that may make it sense for you to have someone else host it on their platform. They take care of all the technical stuff mentioned in the previous slide. There's no need to install WordPress, customize your theme, install the themes, install plugins, and then configure everything, including the plugins. The thing is, you just may want to learn enough to how to operate WordPress so you can add your own blog posts and do simple edits to your site. Question 3 was, do I want to spend time maintaining the self-hosted site or have more time to write? Now, only you can answer this. A good solution for many authors is to let someone else handle all the techie stuff, including providing you with a WordPress template that is pre-built and designed for authors. This is a very critical step to really save you a lot of time and possible headaches in actually getting your site complete and ready to present on the internet. Rather than start from scratch and have to customize the theme, you can use a pre-customized and pre-styled author website template. All you have to do then is to add your content and you're done. It could be the best of both worlds for you. A template built and maintained just for authors. Here at Words and Writers, we make this particular approach possible by doing the hosting for you, all the technical stuff, and the other key ingredient, providing you these pre-built author templates. Here's a picture of one of them. This is one of the default templates built on a theme that's very powerful, but also very straightforward and simple if you want to continue to do any customization yourself. It's easy to get a huge jump start on completing your website if you follow these methods. We'll show you live how in a few minutes time you can get your own pre-built author template that comes to you at least 90% completed, as you saw in the previous slide. Again, all you have to do is add your content and you are done. So let's go take a look here at what this demo site, which is a template site, would look like that you would be receiving when you register on wordsandwriters.com for your own site. So here is the template site. And you can see here it's fairly complete as far as all the styling goes, all the colors. Of course, you can change any of the color scheme yourself, but this is just a beginning, a jump-off point. Or, in fact, it could be completely done for you if you're okay with the way it is. All you have to do then is to insert your content. When you register, by the way, you'll register your name and a byline, so that will get inserted for you automatically. Later on, if you choose to, you can replace this whole area on the top, which is called a header image, and make it more branded for yourself if you choose to. So let's just take a quick tour of this site just so you see what you will be receiving and what we'll be covering as we help you to complete the site. We've got a few pre-built pages, and of course more pages can be created, but this is a good start. About the author. Basically, some sample content has been inserted in here. You know, you put your bio image in here, your headshot, a little bit about yourself here. We inserted this sample content in here. It's just so it makes it very easy for you to see how things get laid out and how you'll simply replace this information here with your information. You can paste it right over it once you log into your WordPress dashboard. That's the administrative area where you complete your site. We also have a books page. We have an additional drop down where if you have more than one book, you can simply replicate this book 1 title, book 2, and so forth for as many books as you have. But the page there is already pre-built, a little bit fancier page. You see you have your book cover here, and you replace that, of course, with yours. And the same idea here. This first tab here, you can see it's broken into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tabs, which is very handy because all this information about your book, this particular book, is all on this one page in different tabs. So somebody that's visiting your site doesn't need to navigate away from it and go hunting for this other information. An introduction, again, there's just some sample content in there. You paste in yours, sample 1 or chapter 1, chapter 2 as a sample chapter, and reviews. So that's all you need to do is put your content in there. And down here, there's even a buy button if your book is sold on Amazon, or you can put in your own locations where the book is sold. And we also have added in a calendar just to keep track of your own whereabouts and your activities out there, speaking engagements, book signings, and so forth, and book fairs that you might go to. So you don't have to keep this. Any of these you can modify or make them invisible or delete them. We also included a blog because blogs are a very important component for most authors to try and get more traffic and build their author platform. This has already been pre-styled and pre-built and with one sample blog post. So it'll get you started there, and a contact page. So over in the sidebar, that's this area over here, we even put some information in here just to give you some ideas of things that you can put in this area. You can put just about anything over there that you want to. But one common thing and very useful thing is to start building an email list. And that's what this is here. It's an opt-in form tied to a third-party opt-in company that is called an autoresponder called MailChimp. And that's already integrated in to this author template. We do, in fact, have many things already integrated in that are not even shown here, but the additional marketing strategies implemented and actually added into the structure of this template. And all you simply have to do is activate them if they make sense for you. Down here, you might want to feature one of your books or more of your books and a buy button. And you might want to have some social media on your site. This here is an example of a Facebook like box, which is very handy. It shows your live feed from your Facebook page, as well as a way for your visitors here to like your page without leaving your website. And then we have a simple footer down here. So this is the basic site. The good thing about this is, I missed one thing over here. We have some social media links here so that your visitors can go directly over to your Facebook page, your Twitter page, and we have many other icons in here that can be placed in very simply and automatically if you have other networks you're part of. So they can go there and visit your site and like your page and interact with you over there. And then here up here is a search button for somebody to search your site. So this is the fundamental site that we have for you. And it's a very, very robust theme. It's also responsive theme, which means that this site will look good on a desktop computer, a laptop computer, on all the browsers, and also on tablets, and right on down to a phone. So it's mobile friendly, which is very important. It's a very good theme, and it's fairly intuitive as well if you want to learn more about it and you want to customize your site even further. Now let's take a look here. Let's go on back to see where we're at in our presentation. So once you get this personalized template, it is personalized for you, we have a free webinar series available for you to help you complete the site. Even though it's all mostly done, you still need to put in your personal information about your book and so forth. So we have a webinar series. We'll walk you through it. And here's some of the details about that course. It is free. It consists of 3 sessions totaling about 4 hours, covering every step of completing your author template, your author website. The courses are scheduled every week to make it convenient if you can't get to all 3 sessions in 1 week. They will be repeating. So we have session 1, 2, and 3 on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, starting at 7 p.m. every one of those days. The first one will be a little bit shorter as we just get established and get rolling on the whole project. And then the second 2 sessions will be really getting into the nitty-gritty and completing the site with all the details. So they're a little bit longer, about an hour and a half. There'll be an opportunity during the course, during the webinar, for you to submit your questions in a chat box. And we will get to those questions as we can during the webinar or at the end of the webinar. And those questions that we're not able to cover during the webinar, we'll take care of those afterwards and email you some response for those, as well as if there are enough that come up of similar type of questions, we'll probably cover them in the following week's webinar. So this schedule will allow you time, a couple of days between the sessions, to work on your own and then to come back with questions if you have any. So what we recommend ideally is you can go ahead and take the course and not register for your own template, but to be most efficient, you'd probably want to register and get your own template that's used as the example in the webinar course. And you can follow right along and complete your site right alongside the actual 3-session course. So here's how you register. Just head on over to wordsandwriters.com/register, and it's very simple to do that. In fact, let's take a look here where it is and what it looks like. Here it is right here. This is the main site for wordsandwriters.com. So all you have to do is click on this register button right here, and it will take you to the registration page. You can also click on this step-by-step registration instructions and read this information on this page about, visually with step-by-step images, how to complete the registration. It's very simple, but you get through that without any hitches if you read that, as well as this video here. If you prefer, you can watch this short video that'll tell you exactly how to register. But it's pretty simple. You just click on register over here, and you'll come to the register page. And you can see here, you just, pretty standard, you put in a username, create your username. There's some instructions under here. Must be 4 characters, actually all lowercase. Your email address, put your password in. Always pick a strong password. This one you can skip if you don't have an avatar, which is a picture of yourself. A headshot, you can just skip that. And then you can click on next, and it'll take you to the next page, which is the final page of checkout, where you will select your username, not your username, but the site title and the template that you want to use. So I'm not going to go through that right now because, again, that was covered completely, as I mentioned over here in this video or in this step-by-step registration instructions. Actually, let me click on that real quick. This will be real fast here. So you can read through this and look at the snapshot images here of how to do it, and very, very detailed here on all the steps you need. Part 2 of that, that's the part 2 there. You choose your template and sign up, and that's about it there. You will need to complete part 3 to actually get your site activated, because we do the hosting. You'll have to click on this link when this comes back to you, when it says your new blog website is ready, and you will have to check out through PayPal and choose the hosting plan that you want, $9.95 a month or $20.95 for the basic site for 3 months. And go ahead and check out, and that's it. So very detailed here. Most people can do this without these instructions, but in case you haven't used PayPal much, you can take a look there. Okay, so that pretty much covers it here as we talked about the introductory part here of the webinar series. And just wanted to jump on back here real quick to the presentation slides, just to remind you then how to register for the next course, which is the actual full webinar course, to walk you through on how to complete the site. So once you've signed up, or since you have signed up for this webinar that we're talking you through right now, we'll send you an email with instructions on how to join the course, the full webinar course, when it goes live each week. You can also go to this web page on that main website to join the webinar. There'll be links there, wordsandwriters.com/webinars. So I hope you got a snapshot here, a good clear picture of what's available to you. This is a very unique and powerful way, and a very simple way, again, for the non-technical person, to get a very nice website that's very powerful, has a lot of bells and whistles you can add into it later too, for helping your marketing strategies. And we'll show you how to do those, again, with very detailed video tutorials. So we look forward to getting this set up for you. And if you have any questions about anything, including the webinar series, go ahead and email us at support@wordsandwriters.com. We'll be happy to answer all your questions. Okay, we look forward to seeing you in the full webinar course.